Man, 2021 has too many potential bad boys. Just saying. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these potential bad boys right here. This is the 14th iteration of Kevin Durant's signature sneaker line, and this is the KD14. So first things first, before I get started on any of the tech specs or any of that stuff, which most of you guys probably already know because they already released on sneakers and all of that stuff, but I did just want to say that these remind me of an altered version of my favorite KD shoe, which is the KD7. It just looks kind of like a mid-top reimagining, re-rendition, if you will. Everything from the traction, the way the cushion feels, all the way on up to the upper, just very, very KD7-like, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Well, for people who have fun with numbers, this would be like the 2.0, so 7 times 2 equals 14.
Oh yeah. Now with that being said, let's take a look at that traction, man. That is aggressive, it's all over the place, and it reminds me a little bit of last year's model with these little ovally things. And I really liked last year's traction. I thought it was great. I actually think that the KD line right now is on a really good high, because while I didn't like the KD11 whatsoever, other than like the cushioning, the KD12 and 13 have just been really, really good shoes. The KD13 had some issues, but not like anything to make it to where like I'd be like, nah, all that. These though, they feel like they've just taken what had worked out of both models and kind of slapped them in here, and then again added some things from previous stuff like the strap. So I think these things are going to work really well. The rubber is very soft, so just keep that in mind for those of you guys that play outdoors, which happens to be me right now because I still don't have gyms, man. I don't know what's going on. They're opening everything but the one thing I need.
Well, June 15th, I believe.
Well, that'll be a good birthday present.
An early one.
For me. But again, I think that this is gonna play really well. It looks great, it feels great. Just be aware for outdoor guys that it might not last too long, but it should perform well. At least that's what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like this is gonna be great from all angles.
That's what she said.
Now the cushioning is something that some people are not liking because they technically removed some stuff. So again, the 12 and the 13, they had the full-length Zoom Strobel, which these guys do have. Also, these have the same insole as the KD13, which is the mold to your foot, Kobe 6-like insole and everything, which I love. It also feels a little bit thinner than the last one, so I think that it'll mold to your foot a little bit faster. That's the only downside to those insoles, man, is that they will give you crazy blisters for a little bit until they start to really shape around your toes. My toes get rubbed raw until that happens.
Why do you think that is? Is it because you're sliding?
It might be because there's not a lot of give to it. You know how like most insoles are a little fluffy or soft, and so you like sink into it, and you still will have sliding until it really starts to crater. But this stuff is kind of like styrofoam, and so until you really start to pack it down, it's just a board. You know what I mean? It almost feels like playing on a board glass, like a Strobel, but they have a liner on top, so it's not like uncomfortable or like scratchy. But I do think it's from that. I think it's because it's stiff. But it's just a little thing. Just, you know, be aware. The insole is a little uncomfortable at first. However, again, that Zoom Strobel, man, that's a joke. I love that. But the KD12 had another zoom unit in the heel, whereas the KD13 had another one in the forefoot. These guys, the 14s, have none of that. It just has the Zoom Strobel, and that's all the air that you get. And again, that's where some people are kind of upset, especially because the price point is still $150, which I actually don't mind. I don't think that a non-increase or a non-decrease is a bad thing, just because they did upgrade the foam. The foam is Cushlon, and it doesn't feel like what Jalik was describing in the Kyrie Low 4. He said that the Cushlon in those feels like real dense. These are not. These are like that fluffy variety of Cushlon, man, and this is that good. They feel like marshmallows with air, but the air is bouncy, and so is the marshmallow. It just feels awesome. The only thing I'm worried about is this little cutout right here where they have the stabilizer plate. Because it craters in, like that stuff is really soft. So if you happen to plant right there at that midfoot, which some people might, just, you know, sloppy footwork or whatever, you're supposed to be really primarily on your forefoot, but if you happen to hit that, it could crater and you can roll. That's my only concern. Otherwise, they feel amazing on foot. Like, it's one of them things where you put these on and you're instantly like, yo, the cushion, that's legit. Now the upper is where I'm kind of like half and half. Like, I like that they feel like they've already been broken in. I just don't like the visual aspect of them. I don't like this weird like grandma's couch kind of pattern. I don't know if that's what it is. It doesn't look like flowers or anything, but it instantly reminds me of like velvet.
I think it looks like lingerie.
That too. I think that if it was something a little more solid looking or whatever, I think that'd be cool. I like the way way that it feels though, so that's a plus. And when we're talking about performance, the feel is really what you're after. I do like the way that the shoe looks. I think that the design of the overall shape and everything looks dope. I like the strap, all that shit. I just don't like this felt. But the upper is a 4-layered system, which is really interesting, and you can kind of see most of the layers just from that toe box area. So the very first layer is orange, which you can see through the shell layer, which is that white portion, and that's the structure layer. So those 2 layers are really what's keeping you in the shoe and on the footbed. And then we have the lightweight and design aspect, which are the top 2 layers. So the lightweight aspect is this TPU style mesh, and then on top of that, it's kind of like, what was that thing that you were doing with the circle? It's like the old lady thing. You were making flowers.
Cross stitching?
Yeah, that's what this looks like, man. It looks like that. I'm like, what kind of design is this, bro? Like, you might as well put some flowers in there.
Maybe they'll do it on the Ant Pearl edition.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna go for it, like, go for it, right? This design just, I don't know, it just doesn't do anything for me. But, you know, again, there's the 4-layered system. You've got the backing, which is the orange. You've got the structure, which is that white layer. You got the mesh, and then the design layer on top of that, the cross-stitch aspect for all you ladies out there that like to hoop.
A different type of hoop.
Hoop, yes. Cross-stitching involves a hoop. It's really weird, man. She sits there, she's like, and I'm just like, how do you have the patience?
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I don't know, man. I'd be like, yo, dude, can I print this out and just frame it real quick? Because that's what I would do. And then the back of the heel is just a molded material. It's like a molded canvas feel. The strap, though, the strap is real interesting. So it looks cool, right? But is this a nod to one of KD's nicknames? The Slim Reaper.
What?
Yeah, that kind of looks like that thing that the Grim Reaper holds. What is that thing called? A scathe?
Is it a sickle?
I don't know. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like that thing that the Reaper holds and shit. And then they even got like the scary numbers scratched into it at the 14. So I don't know if that's a nod to his nickname or not, one of. But if it is, that's kind of cool. I don't not like that, you know? Now, as far as sizing is concerned, I had to go with a 9.5. And surprisingly, they fit like a 9. My toes right at the edge. They kind of like have that Kyrie feel, like the Kyrie 6s and 7s where they're a little snug. Not quite Kyrie 6 snug, because that was like almost a full size for most people. This guy right here, I would say go true to size if you like that super snug 1-to-1 fit, but you might want to go up half a size. However, if you can find them in stores, which I called around in the Sacramento area, and guess how many stores had these? None. Why? Because Nike is killing retailers.
So I've heard.
Yes, you know, that's how woke they are. They really care. But anyways, if you can find these in stores whenever they finally are arriving in the stores, then I'd suggest trying them on. Going true to size is always the best case scenario, just because it's usually the safest option. One good thing about Nike though is that if you get them in and they don't work for you whatsoever and you can wear them too, like you can send them back. And it's super simple. You just print it out, put it back in a box, you drop it off at UPS, boom, you're done. It's the easiest in the world. So I will give Nike credit. They got the best return policy ever. I've never seen, oh, you can wear them, like test them for 30 days. What? I can hoop in these and I can return them if I don't like? Yes, you can. And then they'll resell them because that's a new thing. They're literally selling refurbished shoes at these factory stores.
What?
I know, isn't that crazy? We're gonna have to talk about this on our upcoming podcast.
There's a great face for you guys on Discord who like to make the little memes of me. Speaking of Discord.
Oh yeah, we have a giveaway.
We have 2.
No, we're gonna do the other one. Oh, no, we weren't. That's right. Sorry. Ignore me, guys. Ignore me. But yeah, one of the giveaways is these guys right here. Not this specific pair. We're actually giving them away in this person's size, and he is right over here. He's one of our Discord community members. He's one of the many reasons, because there's like, what, 500, 600 people in there?
We're closing in on 600 people.
So he's one of 600 reasons why we're able to afford grabbing these shoes. So we really appreciate you guys. We love everyone in there. It's a great community on top of that, and it's actually really fun to have discussions, communicate peacefully. It's a bullshit-free zone. So yeah, this is one of the giveaways, the good old Carmine 6s. It's a favorite of mine. And then I have to pull my phone out for the other one. This person right over here is getting them, and this is what the shoe looks like. They're not my thing, okay? I don't like these shoes, but I hope that you do, because a lot of people actually like these, and it's like the new thing, like the new Yeezy is this New Balance model, which is really weird. And one of the coolest parts about this giveaway for both of these guys is that the product, goddamn. And one of the coolest parts about, shut up, man. What you guys don't see is the little mini meltdown that I have with myself, and then I'm just like, okay, back at it.
And my smile just gets bigger and bigger, like, you can do this.
Yeah, and
it's cool.
And it's just, it's not cool. But anyways, what I was trying to say before I f***ed everything up is that this giveaway was also because of our Discord community. So one of our members, Jez, he bought both of these shoes and then he sold them to us for retail because he just didn't want them for whatever reason. So we bought both of these shoes from him for retail, and then we're giving them to each of these winners, which is cool. So the way that it works is when you sign up, there's two different tiers. There's the blue team and the gold team. It's an X-Men thing. The gold team members, they actually pitch in the most, and those are the guys that automatically eligible for giveaways, and everybody wins something until everyone has been cycled through, and then we reset the list. It is a long list, so be patient, but everybody will win something. I mean, winning something like this is pretty dope.
Winning the New Balance is pretty cool too, because some people aren't into that kind of thing.
No, that was the thing, is that I've been actually quite impressed with, what would you call it, like...
The taste and variety of everybody is so vast that there's something for everybody.
That is one of the coolest parts about the community, is that, like, we were talking about Birkenstocks the other day. People were being like, bro, you got to try it. And I was just like, no, man, like, I'm not trying Birkenstocks, bro. That's what I mean by the peaceful discussion. Like, it's fun to talk about and not have everybody be in a piss poor mood all the time. That's the rest of the internet. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, guys, have a good one.